position that any move of his would just be completely punished, and he would have been defeated by Foda in that instance. But somehow, in some way, he found an opening where he could just do this combo string that was completely unexpected to throw Foda straight off the map before he even hit red health.
Yeah, it was definitely a great play by Fletch Vortex, but it just wasn't not enough for him to actually close out the match. You know, Foda is definitely one of the most consistent players right now, and he is just a nightmare to fight against. And so, you know, it's just something where, like, Foda is definitely a favorite for this tournament. It's something where, you know, you look at the past history of people who have made it to the finals of tournaments, and a lot of those people are playing today. You know, we've got Foda, Tybo, Exo, Pots and Pans, Skroyen, Kreutzberg, you know, all these guys who we know from previous tournaments. And so seeing a quarterfinal match like this is just, I don't want to say it's lopsided, but it's kind of every time something bad happens to Foda, everyone's going to freak out. That's what made what Fletch Vortex did in round one so freaking good.
Well, Foda is one of the top players, and he's constantly battling Pots and Pans for that #1 spot on the leaderboards. You almost expect him to just sweep through everybody, but in games like this, players can come out and just show their skills, and Thatch really going for that risky re-grab on that proximity mine.
Yeah, there is a safe way to do it, but always a risk.
One mispress, and that's a huge amount of damage, especially for that 3 defense.
And Foda just going in pretty strong with Katars right now. That's already really low in health. I mean, just melting to all of the damage that Foda's putting down with those side airs.
He hits those 2 double side airs and just nearly knocks Thatch out of the map, but he's unable to finish him up. Thatch just looking for any amount of damage at this point.
Gets a couple of good gun moves on. Nye's armor doing some work, but Foda's down in orange now. Let's see if Fletch Vortex is going to be able to close this out. Gets a nice signature punish. Foda's on the edge now.
He's just trying to edge guard him right here. Oh, but Foda does manage to pick up the horn and get a spear and deny the rest of the weapon pickups on the map. Fortunately enough, they spawn in fast.
Ooh, gets hit by the cannonballs.
Wow, that's not something you see very often.
Oh, but the side air, just not enough to finish it, sailing across the screen.
You really see where that 3 defense comes in, where that one light hit just smacked him nearly across the stage to finish him off. And Foda is going to kill him with that smack again. He just has perfect positioning.
Those side airs from Foda are always so well placed, and now Fletch Vortex is going to have to pick this up. He really needs to get a knockout here if he's going to come back from this deficit. You know, Thatch has to do a lot of work to get an advantage on Nye, and Foda is just not giving him an opportunity right now.
Ooh, but he does manage to get him with that side light. It's going to even them up at 2 lives each, but Thatch still in the orange. He takes a lot of damage, so any attack from Nye at this point could finish him off and send him into 1 health, or 1 life.
And Foda, just with the movement, incredible use, does hit the gun recovery, however. Fletch Vortex barely making it back alive.
A great reversal, though, on that recovery move by Thatch to just be able to recover.
Thatch is now weaponless, trying to go for some spike ball action. Is able to find himself a sword. Ooh, almost gets punished.
Almost gets hit by that side signature, though. Is he going to be able to survive?
Oh, just not enough. Bounced off the ground. It's now 2-1 with Foda leading with a nice advantage. Fletch Vortex is going to have to do some work if he wants to come back from this.
Fletch really looking for any kind of weapon pickup, any gadget either. Just really stuck.
Man, good damage so far from Fletch Vortex. Really putting Foda on the ropes right now with the guns. Really nice use of Thatch's signature moves. Foda now without a weapon, however. Changes position, is able to get back and grab himself a spear.
Will Thatch be able to finish him off in a 2nd life before Foda can get any more damage off?
Nice moves.
Well, let's find out.
Nice movement from both players right now, but Fletch Vortex still coming out on top. Just needs 1 more side air to close this out. He finds it. It's 1-1.
1-1. Thatch is in light yellow health, but that does not matter much at this point, as it's almost a clean slate. Can Thatch bring this back and send it into match 3, or will Foda just take this down and move on to the next round? find out.
Foda really,
damage coming
really
in from
trying to
those
get it
guns.
in with those guitars, and Flesh Vortex just relying on those down airs where you know he has some of that priority, but Foda's starting to read into it, trying to find some answers. Both players at dangerous health levels right now.
Ooh, Foda playing very fast, nearly catching Thatch with that recovery move. That would have finished him off if it connected.
It's a great signature from Foda. Under spacing,
And
that is it. There's the
That is
signature.
it, that lethal butterfly attack, just stinging him straight up into the ceiling. Finishing off Flesh Vortex in a 2-0 series of Foda versus Flesh Vortex. That is going to be it for that game. Foda's going to move on to the next round.
Oh man, incredible play from both players right there. You know, I almost thought that Flesh was going to have that last stock there. I could feel it. It was so close at the end.
But unfortunately, he is going to be eliminated, and Foda is going to move on. But on the plus side, that means chat gets to see more Foda games,
Chat,
so they're probably a little happy.
Chat does get to see more Foda games. If you guys don't know, Foda does stream fairly regularly. So if you guys do want to see some top-level play more often, make sure to check out Foda's stream. A little bit of shameless cross-promotion there for a good friend of mine. And actually, there's quite a few top players who do run streams. But right now, we're going to focus on the ESL and the Brawlhalla Community Cup number 3, hosted to you today, right on top of EVO Grand Finals, because, well, we don't care. All right, we're going to find the next match here in a minute. Right now, we are on quarterfinals. After the quarterfinals are done and all of those have been submitted, we will be switching over to concurrently streamed semi-finals and final matches. So, Foda took it against Flesh Vortex. We know that Magma Bob moved on against Moose. And we're going to see if there are any matches that are about to start.
We have, let's see, the remaining matches seem to be Tybo and Pots and Pans and Scroyen and Clippership. So let's see, it seems like Pots and Pans and Tybo are just sitting in a lobby right now. I can see whether or not they're playing.
We'll find out if they started.
Perhaps they were watching the Foda match as well.
All right, it looks like they have not yet started, so we are going to be able to cast this match for you guys as it begins. This should be a good one.
Looks like Foda does get his wish after all. He gets to see the Tybo Pots matchup.
All right, guys, they are moving into stage striking and the rest of it. We're going to get to see Pots versus Tybo, and this should...
Pots is deferring his first ban to Tybo, and Tybo's going to ban King's Pass. Pots with Black Guards. Thunder Guard is banned out. Mammoth Stadium is banned out, so that is just going to leave Twilight's Grove.
Oh, with this Twilight.
Let's see what characters they pick out.
All right, looks like Tybo sticking to Lucian. Very interesting decision from him. And Pots and Pans actually on Thatch, as opposed to his old favorite of Cassidy. We'll see if Pots has developed some new tech on Thatch that we have yet to see. But here we go. We are getting started with this quarterfinals match.
The last time I saw Pots play Thatch was back in the Grand Tournament 3, where just before Thatch received his heavy signatures.
All right, so here we go. Tybo getting some of the first damage down. Pots already on guns, trying to put out some map control. Tybo not really seeming to care, looking for some unarmed answers instead. Until now, he finally does go for a weapon of his own.
Ooh, a good catch by Pots on that down light attack on the ground, getting off a good 40 damage. That signature almost finishing him off.
Oh my goodness.
Caught him. Woohoo!
Pots right
landing
now.
So many hits right now. He is just going crazy. Tybo can't really deal with him. And that is going to be Pots taking out Tybo with that side air.
Yeah, really, really impressive first stock from Pots. Coming out very aggressive and strong. Showing that he is not afraid of dealing with Tybo on Lucian.
Man, Pots landing a lot of these good signatures. The neutral signature there, great for spacing back and catching people coming directly down on you from the air, is going to punish Tybo quite a bit as he tries to come down with those Katars. Oh, and he's going to take a hit straight to the face from one of those cannonballs as well. Potts just reading Tybo out perfectly at this moment.
Yeah, Potts is doing an incredible... Whoa, an incredible job right there with the ground pound. Unexpected.
Incredible read by Pots and Pans.
This is looking oh so good for Potts, who is up 3-1 right now, but Tybo, with his own aggression, driving him off the edge of the map with some crazy unarmed, like 3 dive kicks into a ground pound.
Very unprecedented. A lot of those moves, a lot of people don't use in quick succession because of the recovery times, but Tybo just seemed to make it work.
This is what happens when you completely abandon the majority of footsie play you see a lot of other guys rely on, and you're just like, you know what? You're aggressive, I'm aggressive, let's play an aggressive game.
Few players too used to the fact that a lot of other players dodge, and they're just going in to see how many smacks they can get on the other player.
And Potts trying to find some damage with the sword, but isn't able to do it very well against Tybo's guns.
Looks like Tybo is actually finding his stride with the guns as well. He was having a little bit of trouble earlier in the tournament, but he really seems to be using them quite well at this point.
And, oh, Potts gets picked up by the neutral signature from Lucian. It is almost back to even as Tybo covers the deficit. Potts really needs to find himself a pair of guns. It's definitely one of his best weapon sets, and you know, we could see there most of the damage that Tybo put down was when Potts had a sword in hand.
Tybo just not letting him get close with those guns, though. He's getting right on top of him, right into his dead zone. Ooh, but Potts almost takes him out with that recovery move.
Oh man, this is not
Potts
looking
with
good.
the map control as well. Oh, and the side switch between the two.
It's a really close match. Tybo throwing a lot of weapons right now, just trying to force Pots and Pans to pause. Oh, Potts expecting a dodge, but doesn't get the read off. Takes a lot of damage for it, but he hits the signature. Will this be enough?
Very close. Will they recover? This is a very close
he gets
matchup
picked
on
up!
the...
What's gonna happen? Is it gonna reset? Potts with the
many...
infinite ground pound. Does manage to hit.
So many deep red hits. That was incredibly exciting. I can't believe no one died in that situation.
2 sword down lights, not enough to knock it out. The new combo switch means you can't close the match. But there's the side air. Potts finally finds it in what could have been the craziest turnaround of this tournament.
What just happened?
That is what some intense, aggressive Brawlhalla looks like, guys. Put down your dodges, put down your spacing games. This is Brawlhalla at its finest.
I'm still soaking in what I just saw. None of that made sense. There was so much damage, so many strong hits going off in that area, and they both recovered from it, and we're still fighting in that little area.
Oh man,
and they both recovered again onto the stage to almost take each other out 3 times in a row.
This is what high-level gameplay looks like, man. But we're back at it. Same characters for both players. Pots and Pans on Thatch, Tybo on Lucian. We are on Mammoth Fortress. And here we go. Pots and Pans once again with some signature gun use early on. Getting those recovery moves like no one else.
Really juggling Tybo in the air with those guns. He really knows how to use that neutral air move. Ooh, but Tybo catches him with a side heavy. And this is going to really put Potts in a bad position. Oh, but he did manage to recover some guns.
Oh, gets hit with the cannonball.
The cannonball.
Those are it. Pots and Pans with some really nice movement using those cannonballs for some good setups. You know, it's almost like Potts plays anime fighters or something with those trap characters.
Man, you just gotta love whenever those...
The signature from Tybo really does a lot of damage. Both players at red right now, but Thatch barely able to survive.
I don't think red matters to either of these players. I mean, we saw in the last game, both players in red fighting basically wherever they felt like. Neither one of them going down.
Man.
Oh, but there it goes. Potts is going to be able to take out Tybo with that side air as he's trying to recover.
Potts with those old school edge guards with the side airs. It might just be something that Tybo's not used to just because a lot of players on sword tend to go for those air down lights and edge guard scenarios, but Potts just mixing it up really nicely, and it's 3-2 right now. Let's see how much of an advantage Potts can build off of the stock.
Well, let's see. Potts is playing very carefully, but he does get caught by that neutral light by Tybo, but he turns it around very quickly.
Oh, the
slide charge!
The slide charge from Potts and the horizontal weapon throw.
This is all over the place. We're seeing the same thing from the last match. All this super aggressive play from both players.
Oh man, you can tell Potts right now is just he's feeling his old sense of calm as he's going through these routes. And I mean, Pots and Pans is responsible for a lot of the tech that we have in the game. I mean, Tybo as well. You certainly can't count him out. And these guys have definitely played a huge number of matches against one another in the past.
Tybo very clear. Oh, but he doesn't pick
Oh,
up
the
the weapon.
weapon
He gets
hit!
hit by
The long distance weapon hit knocks Pots out.
Just barely taps him off the edge. If he dodged the first one, he would have gotten hit by the second one anyway. So it would have been, I believe it would have been a death either way, unless he dodged in just the right manner. But it looks like Tybo is catching him with the side signature as well.
Ooh,
oh,
but
and
the
with
signature from Pots, the response.
an immediate response.
Oh, it's
Oh
2
my
to 1.
gosh.
Let's see if we're going to see another really close match or if Potts is going to be able to convert this lead. Nice suicide mine from Tybo. Doesn't care about the extra damage right now.
Oh, picks up. He recovers his sword as well. Oh, it just dodged the.
Oh,
but
there we
can't
go.
Dodge the second.
Tybo with the item toss is doing all sorts of work for him
Brings
this
it-
match.
Brings it back to one to one life. Can Tybo turn this around and bring back this
Man,
game?
The reads
from
from
Potts.
Pots and Pans right now, just anticipating every type of decision from Tybo. Tybo being really careful not to dodge into Potts' setups, but gets hit by a cannonball.
You gotta love those cannonballs. They're just too fun to watch and too fun to use. Even if but Potts knows exactly how to use them.
Oh man, Potts with the setups off these cannonballs is something
Oh,
else to
just
watch.
misses. Oh, and Tybo misses the ground pound as well. That surely would have put Potts in a bad position.
Oh, the cannonballs again, gets hit by the
Oh.
signature. That's it. Pots and Pans takes it.
Wow, a very well-read neutral signature from Potts right there to catch Tybo out in that deep red health to knock him out.
Oh man, and that is it. Pots and Pans is going to be moving on, and Tybo is going to be knocked out. And
An incredibly exciting match. There was a lot of action going on in all of those areas that you don't normally see. Just incredible play by both players.
that was incredibly intense, and Potts just managed to come out on top both matches in a row. And honestly, like, if just a couple of different decisions from each player, and that could have gone in a completely different direction. Incredibly close match.
All right, it looks like Scroyan and Clippership are ready for their game to be streamed. They are the last game in this quarterfinal to be played to see who goes on to the semifinals versus Magma Bob. The other game being Pots and Pans versus Foda. That will be a very interesting match as well. But let's get in on this match with Scroyan and Clippership and see how that turns out.
All right, we will check this out. After this, guys, we are going to be taking a short break before we start the semifinals. So everybody will be able to take the 5-ish minutes that they need to go and get set, get hyped, get some food, get some sodas, whatever you guys got to do to get psyched for the last portion of this tournament, when we'll be concurrently streaming all of the semifinals here at the ESL Brawlhalla Community Cup number 3.
All right, let's see if we can get a room number from either one of these players. I know they've been waiting for this this match to come around, and I know everyone else has as well. Just waiting on a room number.
Oh, do you need the room number? I'm already inside.
Oh, you already? I'll just join on you then. That'll make it easy.
Excellent.
All right.
Oh man, Scroyan, definitely one of the longtime players of Brawlhalla. Been around in the scene since, I want to say he was around in Alpha. I could be wrong, but I know he was certainly there for the early moments of closed beta. One of the participants in the first ever 1v1 tournament. Definitely a fantastic guy, really intelligent player, and he's going to be up against Clippership, who's going to be once again on Cassidy, as we saw his play earlier in...
You can tell he was around in Alpha. He's got the Alpha colors, the light blue with the yellow tint on Orion. He's going to be picking Orion, and looks like Clippership is going to go with his Cassidy.
All right, let's get hyped for some Alpha player representation. Scroyan on Orion is something I haven't seen since the very early moments of closed beta, when Orion was one of Scroyan's original mains. Scroyan stopped then to play Hattori for quite a while, but seeing him back on Orion is certainly refreshing.
Wow, just catches him with that neutral air, too, at the very bottom of his pixel frames. Clippership getting a few good hits off, trying to reversal. Scroyan really just trying to read out Clippership, and it looks like, and just see how he plays so he can counter him accordingly.
Oh man, this is
Really
looking
careful.
pretty good for Clippership so far, being able to put some good damage down. But, you know, Scroyan, not very aggressive player in the past. You know, we've talked about Scroyan kind of having this switch in the way that he plays, where he knows how to be very patient, how to space you out with really patient footsies, and then all of a sudden he'll just go ham, and you're taking all sorts of damage. Oh, good neutral, and spikes it down!
Right through the platform as well. That probably caught Clippership off by surprise. Let's see. Oh, but he lands the immediate return with the bomb throw, knocking Scroyan right out of the map. I don't think he expected that one.
And super quick turnarounds from both players, and the unexpected puts them back at a neutral position. 2-2. Nice lasso from Cassidy. And here we go.
Oh, you can almost hear, "Get over here," whenever he uses that lasso.
Except it would sound a little bit more like Cassidy, so it would be like, "Get over here!" something like that. All right, so here we go. Both players looking pretty good so far. Cassidy definitely having the life lead right now. Scroyan missing the punish opportunity, and it looks like we're back to a little bit more patience and spacing. Both players looking to rely a little bit more on signatures than average.
Just to really punish any kind of mistakes that they could catch out from the other player.
And
Oh, but it looks like Cassidy is going to be caught out with no weapon, and Scroyan is just going to really use his map control to his favor, trying to force Clippership right into him, and he's going to catch him with that neutral signature as well.
That neutral signature is just so awesome. Every time that hits, like, my blood pressure goes up. I'm just like, oh, yeah!
For some reason, I'm just imagining the chat going crazy about, I'm not looking at it right now, but I'm imagining them going crazy about Cassidy being confirmed as Scorpion.
Cassidy crossover Scorpion skin coming soon.
That would be pretty cool, because then you change the lasso to be like a chain. Well, no.
It's not like MKX finals are happening tonight or anything, you know. Anyway, back at the action. Clippership and Scroyan. Oh, Clippership just eats the signature and just isn't able to recover that low armor on Cassidy, really showing the downsides right there. Anyone else would have survived.
Very well read by Scroyan to use that side signature just at the perfect opportunity at the end of that frame.
Yep.
And it looks like Cassidy's really going to try to look for something, try to finish off Scroyan with something heavy that he knows right there with the signature, with that hammer, knocking Scroyan out of the side, evening this game up 1-1 in a very close matchup.
Yeah, right now it looks like, you know, both these players are pretty evenly matched, which is something I really wouldn't expect somebody going up against Scroyan, you know, and it just looks like Clippership is just playing very calmly, playing very well. You know, he's able to adapt to the kind of pacing that Scroyan is putting down with his level of patience, and it's just super close right now.
Yeah, Clippership really trying to keep his spacing, playing a little bit more aggressive in this point because he knows he has the range advantage in some ways against Orion, just trying to get as much damage off as possible, but Scroyan with the lance really holding on to it, just really punishing Clippership for every miss that he takes.
And Scroyan just staying at the very edge of the hitbox range, and he's around the corner right now where he likes to play. He just super patient right now.
Really trying to read out his opponent, trying to find that punish point, and
the platform just messing it up just a little bit. There it is, but the recover's the wrong option there. Drops the combo, pokes him out of the signature move. This is his opportunity, but Cassidy manages to grab the hammer again. Clippership just needs to get a couple of more combos down on Orion to make this happen. Whoa, what just happened there? I'm not sure.
Was that a hit?
Not sure if it was a hit or a rollback, but Cassidy's still alive. Clippership's got to be saying his prayers right now. You know that Scroyan wants to get this neutral. Oh, but he gets the side air instead!
There it is, the one side air to finish Cassidy off. Poking him far enough to finish off the first match. That's Scroyan taking the first game, and here we go into the second. Waiting for the maps to be banned and picked.
An intense match from both players. Super, super slow on the pacing. The level of footsies was just incredibly patient. You know, both Scroyen and Clippership really doing their best to stay out of hit range, looking for a lot of punish opportunities, but in the end, Scroyen was just able to take advantage of Cassidy's low armor and finish her off early.
It was almost like a game of chess. Both players playing extremely carefully, playing safe, watching the other one to see what they would do, what kind of movements they were making, and what kind of moves they were using so that they could get in. And it looks like the next match is coming up. Both players sticking with their same characters, except Clippership going with the orange option this time. Maybe that does something for him.
All right, well, here we go. We're back in it. Both people staying on the same characters. Scroyen on Orion, Clippership playing Cassidy, and we are on Thunderguard Stadium. Scroyen starting off with a nice Lance combo to begin the match.
All right, well, here we go. Looks like Scroyen is getting a lot of damage off. Hasn't taken a hit yet. Just getting a ton of damage off onto Clippership's Cassidy. Oh, and dodges just out of the range of that downlight. Will he be able to keep this up and get a few more hits off? We'll find out, but they're playing about the same way. Oh, Cassidy gets just a slight hit on that up signature.
Yeah, right now both players, you know, Cassidy is getting a lot of hits in, but Orion is just doing great with the defense right now. Scroyen able to find a answer in the middle of getting hit right there. Something that is rare to see on Lances. Ooh, nice recovery from Clippership.
He gets caught in that down airframe. Ooh, but a lot of these signatures coming out really. Oh, and the ground pound knocking Clippership upwards. A very interesting development there. Oh, and will this finish him off? No, it is not. The side air just...
There it is, though. The forward signature from Magma Bob after forcing a dodge through the mine. It's just this, like, continued, like, all of this level of play where you're seeing these things that players are doing to force dodges so that people blow them early so they can get hit by follow-ups. You know, it's something, it's so hard to see as the game is happening, but...
They're trying their best to read as perfectly as possible, and Scroyen doing a great job at map control right now, forcing Clippership out of those guns, but Clipper just gets right through somehow and picks up those guns. Almost slide charges Orion in his red health and gets her with the side heavy as well. That's going to even this match up at 2-2 and just about white health for both.
All right.
Very surprising reversal by Clippership.
Well, Clippership is on the edge right now, but Scroyen, you know, something that we see a lot from him is liking to stick around the edge of the walls. It's something that he's done a lot during his tournament career. It's just a big part of his play style. And, you know, it can be particularly frustrating when you're on somebody like Cassidy, where Cassidy, you want to be playing an aggressive game. You really do. And
you really want to be on the ground as well because those signatures come out really fast.
The combos from Clippership. Great moves from him right there. Getting all those pseudo combos off on Scroyen.
Just missed the side heavy, though. Almost throws him straight up out of the map. Is Clippership going to be taking this into
the breakdance? The breakdance finish?
That is something that you don't see very often. The hitbox for that move is very small.
The only people I've seen ever land breakdances are the devs. So that was swaggy. That was swaggy.
I feel like that move should just be edited in. It's just so it has like lights come down every time you breakdance and like some
like a disco ball maybe, or you know, like you get like a laser show. That would be, you know...
Scroyen having a lot of trouble dealing with Cassidy right now. He's almost in red health.
Yeah, Scroyen's definitely on the ropes right now. So much damage.
He's just having a lot of trouble dealing with these guns.
Oh, gets the slide charge! Nice play from Clippership, man. Bringing it back in the second game.
Putting it into the third match. Very, very even.
I love Scroyen because, like, look at these guys in chat right now. They're just saying the most gracious things. Scroyen's just like, wow, wrecked. I got wrecked. Clippership saying, pretty sure I just went Super Saiyan. And, like, and it just, the friendly banter continues on. And that's one of the things I love about Scroyen, man, is, like, when you beat him, he's just like, that was awesome. I played bad. You deserve that. And you're just like, man, Scroyen, why are you so nice? Why are you? This is a fighting game. You're supposed to be a complete jerk. Like, stop being so nice. But he is, and it's fantastic. So
it's something about this community. There's an air about this community where people are just way too nice for their own good.
There's a lot of grace that happens in the higher level of play here for some reason, and I just love seeing it. But here we go, guys. This is it. This is the bat. Whoever takes this is going to be going on to the semifinals. We've got the same players, Scroyen and Clippership, and the same legends, Cassidy and Orion, and we are on Twilight Grove.
Ooh, let's see if the geometry of this map really favors any of these players at all, with the any saves or ricochets. But anyway, here we go. Both. Ooh, Cassidy with the perfect read with that lasso onto Scroyen. Both playing a very careful game, as we've been seeing already.
Scroyen again, signature patience from him.
Tybo talking about how once this game comes out, it'll be League Community 2.0. Well, we'll have to see about that.
Yeah, the chances of that are likely, but, you know, for now, Clippership making a great recovery on that.
Scroyen just very nearly knocking Clipper out of the map with that ground pound. It was very close. I almost would have expected it with a 4 defense from Cassidy, but it looks like the force just isn't enough from Orion to be able to do it.
Yeah, and you can tell right now that Scroyen is treating those guns with a lot of respect. Like, he just being very hesitant on when to go in, because he knows any mistake's going to get him punished just like that. Clippership getting some good damage down. The short range on those signatures from Cassidy, though, isn't helping him out very much against the Lance.
Yeah, the Lance has a long hitbox, and especially from the side, so it's very difficult to use any kind of moves in any of those situations when you're not trying to catch them from the air.
All right, so
Cassidy doing a little bit of edge guarding here, keeping Scroyen away.
you can see Scroyen's just doing the footsies thing, trying to bait out an attack so that he can move in immediately and punish afterwards. Nice forward heavy. The wall bounce saves Cassidy from certain doom. There it is again. Nice punish from Scroyen, getting the first stock, putting him up at 3-2.
Those Orion buffs really showing after this new patch. That side signature really comes out fast, and it's great for punishing moves just like that.
It is. I mean, it's one of those things that Orion's kit desperately needed, and the devs were kind enough to deliver that. And there we go.
Oh, and does it again.
Nice
He
punish.
is just reading this perfectly right now, where he can get Cassie to use some of those signature moves, putting them into the recovery frame so that he can just come bursting out of that side signature with the spear.
Man, early weapon throw from Clippership. Doesn't matter as he finds another hammer, however. Scroyen just playing around the edge, knowing that he can't beat the hammers in neutral. Oh, nice response from Scroyen, just leaping over the signature, rendering it pretty useless. And here we go. Is Clippership going to be able to find a knockout here? If Scroyen makes this 3-1, it's going to be really difficult for Clippership to come back from that deficit.
Clipper, oh, and Scroyen just makes it back onto the stage with that side air. Almost lands the second one, but Clippership lands his side air in return, knocking it back over, putting both of these players in deep red. Is that going to kill him? It is.
Clippership being very patient, holding down the side airs on the ledge, and Scroyen just leapt into one. I think he was hoping that he would get a grounded option, but there's the punish. Nice signature from Scroyen, making this a 2-1.
All right, can Scroyen finish this out, or will Clipper just mount a surprising comeback from this life deficit? Let's find out. Oh, Scroyen putting a huge combo into that wall, though, really utilizing Twilight Grove's extra geometry on the side.
Right, well, Clippership really needs to do a lot of work. He is in a really tough position right now, and it's not impossible for him to come back from this, because this is a tournament. We've seen crazier, like 2 tornadoes in a row.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I still can't believe that. Anyway, oh, Scroyen just lands the ground pound there on Cassidy. Will he be able to finish him off? No, Cassidy gets that side air off.
Oh, more
giving him
tornadoes.
a little bit of room to breathe.
Oh, but Clippership gets hit by the recovery. How is he still alive?
That is I don't know.
Oh, the slide charge just missing for Cassidy. Nice weapon toss.
Doing whatever he can.
Oh, Scroyen with a mistake off the
no!
bottom. Oh, it's 1 to
Doesn't
1
miss
now.
jump. That's unfortunate. You always hate to see that happen because you know the players never mean for that to happen. They just mess up their jump orders and fall off the map. But let's see if this hurts Scroyen or if he can just still close this game off. Cassidy is in the deep red, so pretty much anything should finish her off.
You know, this is true, but Clippership still has the opportunity to trap Scroyen into one of those classic Cassidy gun loops, for lack of a better term. I mean, if Scroyen falls into one of Cassidy's frame traps, he's gonna be in trouble.
Ooh, he gets a good hit off. Tries to reposition Clipper, but Clipper's got that map position just straight in the center. He knows that he can't let Scroyen get in close. Will he get? Oh, Scroyen almost manages to land that side signature, but and that is it. A side air from Scroyen is going to land on a Clippership, taking him down in the third match. Scroyen is going to go on to the next round to play Magma Bob in the semifinals.
And such patient gameplay from both players right there, and in the end, Scroyen is just able to take it with some excellent punishes from him in that match.
Phenomenal play all around by both players, but now I believe this is going to be time to take a small break.
Yep.
Everyone to get up, stretch, get a drink of water, get a little snack. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I might want to get some popcorn for these matches coming up.
This is totally true. This is totally true. So, all right, guys, everybody across the board, we are going to be taking a short break to make sure that we can get all of the logistics set up for the next match. So, everyone, go do what you need to do. We're going to take about a 5 to 10 minute break, and when we get back, we are going to be having the semifinals of the Brawlhalla Community Cup.
Here on Raiden's channel, live. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday, 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 Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. All right. And we'll be back right after this.
All right, I am back.
And I am back as well.
Excellent. I hope everybody was able to take advantage of the short break. Was able to put.
Hope your popcorn's done.
Hope the popcorn's done. Hope the beef jerky's done. The chips, the whatever it is that you bring to these tournaments. I've got an energy drink, so I'm happy. Making up for staying up really late last night watching some anime after watching some Evo. Oh man. But for right now, we have a lot more Brawlhalla coming your way. We are going to be having the 2 semifinals matches coming up for the Brawlhalla Community Cup number 3. We are going to get to see Magma Bob square off against Skroyan and Foda square off against Pots and Pans in these semifinal
matches coming up. Possibly, Skroyan said this in the chat earlier, but possibly an Orion versus Orion match, and then who knows what Foda and Pots are going to go for. Foda probably going to go for the Nye, but Pots, well, he's got a few different tricks he could bring up his sleeve.
All right, so we are just confirming a couple of things. We're going to be getting Skroyan in here because the first match is going to be Skroyan versus Magma Bob. So what are you expecting to come out in these last matches?
You know, it's hard to tell. With Magma Bob's aggressive style of play on Orion and Skroyan's defensive style of play, we'll see if Skroyan can properly read out some of Magma Bob's aggressive moves and punish him for it, or if Magma Bob's fast-paced play will just be able to beat out everything that Skroyan tries to pull back. Well, it's hard to tell. All these players are top-level players, and they know just how to deal with these different situations. Pots and Pans and Foda is going to be an incredible match as well. Both players playing very different styles of their characters. Foda with a very Qatar-heavy signature, wailing, very punishing style of play versus Pots and Pans' pure aggression. I have no words. I just really want to see these matches.
Yeah, these are going to be pretty crazy. I mean, it's definitely a clash of playstyles between each one of these matchups. I mean, Foda and Pots and Pans is going to be incredibly interesting to see just because of Foda's style of play of, you know, out-prioritizing, of trading hits versus Pots just straight-up aggression and reading dodge punishes left and right. While meanwhile, Magma Bob and Skroyan, you know, aggression, super scrappy play from Magma Bob versus Skroyan's patience is going to be very interesting to see what happens.
All right, we're just waiting for Skroyan to join the lobby. He may still be on a break, so he may come back in just a little bit. Crocky loves how I say guitars, apparently. I don't know.
All right, guys, it looks like a couple of the players are still coming back from break. If we're still waiting, maybe we should move on to the Foda versus Pots and Pans match.
We could do that indeed. That would be both players are in this lobby, and we could get that match right underway.
All right, we're just getting a confirmation right now on whether or not it is best of 5 at semifinals or best of 3. Once the Holy Pale confirms that for us, we will be able to find out, but it might be possible that he's still watching EVO.
He's posting in the chat, so I believe actually what he's doing is doing a multi-twitch between the two of these, so he's probably going to see these messages at some point.
All right, well, once we get confirmation, we'll go ahead and get started. Skroyan is still on break, so we're going to be starting off with the Pots and Pans versus Foda matchup. Semis are best of 3. And it's going to be...
It looks like they are best of 3.
Pots versus Foda. Let's do it.
All right, well, let's get this going then.
All right. This is going to be pretty intense. It's very likely that we're going to see Pots and Pans on Thatch once again with those interesting cannonball setups. Meanwhile, Foda, of course, will be on Queen Nai, as I've never seen him even touch or glance at another legend in the game.
He's got eyes for no other.
Eyes for no other. Fell in love immediately. And you know, that's probably the best thing that can happen when you play a fighting game, is to just fall in love with the character that you're playing so that you can just learn the ins and outs, all of the little nuances that just really matter when it comes to this level of tournament play.
You know, you could say it was love at first fight.
Oh, you could say that, but if you said that, someone would have to slap you.
Hopefully not Photo with those counters, because
That's
I
probably
can't
what it
deal
would
with
be.
that. I can't deal with that.
Well, what are you gonna do?
All right, well, here we go. We got both players in the lobby right now, banning out the maps. We have King's Pass, Mammoth Fortress, Thunder Guard Stadium, all banned out. Let's see what the last ban is so that we can get this match underway.
And a lot of people are going to be pretty intense. You know, like, let us know in the chat who you want to see come out on top. Or do we have some Photo fans? Do we have some Pots and Pans fans? I mean, most of these guys, these are...
Let's see some hype up in the chat.
These are two huge players to watch.
I don't know who the chat thinks is going to win. Maybe they need to let us know what they think of the chat. Just who they think is going to win.
Oh, man.
What kind of hype do they have?
You know, I'm sorry, but Foda is just so good at this game that every time he loses, I get happy. I can't help but root for the underdog, and even though
he's so big, he's just considered the man.
Oh,
well,
man.
you know, let's see.
No favoritism, but here we go. We are in it. Players as predicted.
Right.
We are on Blackguard Keep, Foda on Queen 9, Pots and Pans on Cassidy, and it begins.
Ooh, the slow proximity mine with a kick right into it. That's a good start for Pots and Pans. Trying to land that connection with the bomb as well. Pots picking up that hammer on Cassidy. Let's see if he can get some outranging plays onto Foda.
And you always gotta love it when you can start off with a mine setup like that. Those always feel so good when you're on the delivering end. But Foda making up for it with some good guitar play. Nice signature from him.
Pots just barely missed that signature right there, and Foda immediately reading that situation, just punishing, just incredibly punishing with those counters.
And but Pots and Pans picks them up with the recovery, and here we go. Pots on guns. That's the dangerous spot. Drops the recovery, hits the signature, just not enough to kill Nye.
That high defense really helping Foda out in that situation.
Yeah, no.
Anyone else would have been killed by that side signature.
Oh, Pots throws away his weapon, but Foda dodges neatly through it. Pots at a disadvantage now. Gets hit out of the breakdance, and Foda takes the first stock. It's 3-2.
All right, and here we go. Potts' second life. Will he be able to clean off Foda in his deep red status right now?
Let's see, he definitely needs a good hit for this, but...
Oh, he's trying to get that weapon, and he's having a hard time at it. There he goes. He gets the hammer. A good hit from the hammer. There it goes. Foda goes right off the map.
Yep, and Pots, you know, was finally able to find a knockout. And Pots' style of play of really punishing dodges and whatnot, it's very difficult to play like that against Foda because Foda's aggression just never stops. He's almost constantly attacking.
Very different style of Nye than most people are used to. Most people play a pretty safe style of Nye because of those strong signatures with such range, but Foda really knows how to take advantage of them while getting right in someone's face.
Right, Pots with the weapon toss, just trying to get back up to the stage, searching for a recovery, not able to find it. Gets hit by the signature! It's 2-1!
Wiping him out. That butterfly sting. Here we go. Pots really looking for a weapon of some sort, trying to get this at least one more stock off, but Foda with those guitars just really damaging.
Super good map control from Foda right now. Oh, his Pots lands the slide breakdance.
Charge.
Going for...
We were talking about earlier about how we don't get to see the breakdance enough, but a slide charge version of it.
Man, if you can't get the win, at least get the swag.
Oh wow, and Pots just catches Foda trying to dodge up out of that signature move, but he accidentally just dodges right into it. Ooh, and Pots with a good catch as well.
Pots really needs to find the knockout right here if he's going to come back from this match. He's in a dangerous health position right now. Good moves, almost gets the side air. That could have been it for this life for Foda. Oh man, interesting dodges from both players.
Two side airs, back to back by both players. And there's the kill.
Man.
Is this the moment where Pots will come back in this match?
Is he going to be able to do it? Foda grabs himself a spear. He's going to be searching for a signature here off the edge guard, most likely. Potts being really patient, expecting it, waiting for it.
Foda being very patient as well. He knows he has the upper hand on those sides with the signature moves. It's going to be very difficult for people to recover against those.
And it looks like Foda is just searching for some guitars. He's definitely, I wouldn't say more comfortable on guitars, but he certainly favors the weapon over spear in a lot of scenarios. And here we go,
yeah,
he's on guitars.
You can definitely tell because he loves getting in people's faces with those guitars. So just like that, where he can start his combo chains, deal lots of damage off, and use that smackdown with that side air just to finish people off. Just like that.
Covering so much space on the map, Foda finds the first knockout on the wall against Sir Pots and Pans. We're going to be going on to Game 2 in the first of the semifinals.
All right, Foda bans Twilight's Grove for the next map. It's all up to Potts to pick the second map. Will he be able to turn this around, or will Foda take this down in a 2-0 matchup?
And a lot of people in chat cheering for Potts and Foda. There are a lot of fans here. And here we go. We're back in it. Pots and Pans over on Thatch, switching it up from Cassidy. And Foda on Queen Nai.
All right, here we go. Back to Black Guard Keep. Potts on Thatch. Will this make a difference with the increased damage? Will that be able to damage Nai just a bit more than he would have been able to on Cassidy?
You know, it's interesting that we're back on Blackguard Keep once again. You know, we saw some amazing Thatch play against Nai on this map earlier when he faced off against Flesh Vortex. We'll see if Potts is able to do any similar levels of aggression here.
You know, with the way the map, you know, oy vey, I can't speak.
So many recoveries from Nai there. Lots of good juggles on Pots and Pans.
But anyway, the way this map is set up, since it's so wide, it may help out Potts in the long run with his 3 defense. In case he takes a big hit from Foda, he might be able to survive it if he's far enough away from the side.
Well, we'll see. With him on the edge right now, that's not very likely. He keeps looking for a signature, but Foda's manages to punish every single one. Every time.
He dodges right through the down signature in order to get right into his face to knock him back.
Man, every time.
Potts in the deep red.
Every time Potts presses that heavy button, Foda is right there to punish him for it.
Oh man, we have very close gameplay coming out, both trying to bait out those dodges. For moments at a time, they both run right next to each other, expecting the other to dodge or attack or something, but they're patient.
I'm just impressed that both of these players are still alive. It's been 1 minute and 30 seconds. Still no knockout. You know, Potts is probably feeling a little bit on the ropes being down a game right now. And he's just playing a little bit more patient, but Foda picks up the neutral punish.
Perfectly timed neutral signature right there on the Thatch, who's going to knock him straight out. The force on that move, especially against a 3 defense player, is going to be devastating.
And this is the trouble, like, fishing for a knockout against Nai is incredibly challenging, and even more so when it's Foda.
Especially more so when Foda has his guitars.
Oh, the cannonballs!
There we go!
Oh, but gets clipped off the fall.
A butterfly sting straight off the side. This is looking bad for Potts right now. He is in a very bad position. He has to take all 3 lives off of Foda at this point to essentially 3-0, but he makes good progress taking his first life off of Foda with a ground pound off the side.
All right, so I mean, it would not be the first time we have seen a reverse 3-stock in a tournament scenario. And if anybody is the man to do it, it is definitely Pots and Pans.
Oh man, both players playing carefully right now. Foda knows he has to play carefully because even though he has a high advantage right now, you can't underestimate Potts at any point.
And you can tell that Potts right now just wants, just like he said in chat moments earlier, when he plays fighting games, he just wants to hit people. But he eats the signature. Foda takes it 2-0. And
in a very impressive showing.
That is going to be it. Pots and Pans is going to go down to the 3rd place match. And Foda is going to be moving on to the grand finals.
But before that, it's time for some Scroyen and Magma Bob action, some possibly Orion versus Orion. Now that is going to be exciting. Two different play styles, which one comes out on top?
Yeah, this is going to be another intense match to see. Foda coming out on top of Pots and Pans is a very intense matchup, but now Magma Bob versus Scroyen is going to be just as crazy. We're going to see another clash of playstyles here, as we're going to attempt to move Scroyen from Twitch into the actual game.
All right, well, let's get this all underway. I hope you guys in the chat are hyped up for all these matches. I hope you're enjoying everything. And hopefully we'll be able to bring you a winner here in just a moment for all these, the rest of these three matches coming up. We have some phenomenal players. We've seen some incredible plays. I can't wait to see how the rest of it goes.
Yeah, this is going to be a very intense semifinals match. You know, every time you see Scroyen match up against somebody like Magma Bob, who's just got just the right type of things to deal with Scroyen's playstyle, it's going to be really interesting to see this battle, especially if we end up with an Orion versus Orion mirror match.
I think that's actually what Scroyen was saying earlier, but here we go. We have Scroyen in the lobby, Magma Bob here as well. Let's get the map striking underway so we can get this show on the road.
All right, people are starting to go through the stage of striking, something that hopefully one day will be officially supported by the in-game client.
If any devs are out there, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, that might be a thing we might want.
Yeah, I know yesterday after the crew battle between Blue Mammoth Games and Kappa, they were immediately talking about building in the crew battle function as a game mode in custom lobbies. So we'll see if that's something that ends up happening.
Tyveris asking if they need to implement hidden character selects. That might be something that could be interesting to include in tournaments in the future.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Tyveris in chat is one of the I don't even know what to call him. I know he's like one of the co-founders or like creative directors or super important fellow of excellence and awesome. But Tyveris is a developer at Blue Mammoth Games, and he's fantastic, and he's responsible for a lot of the great things that we've seen put into the game, like spectate mode at all, which didn't exist before he came and started watching the tournaments and supporting the 1v1 scene. But here we go. Like we predicted, the Orion mirror match. Magma Bob on orange, Scroyen on blue. We're going to be playing on Mammoth Fortress, and this is the semifinals of the ESL Brawlhalla Community Cup number 3.
Oh, lots of unarmed combos coming out straight off the bat between the two of these players. Magma Bob losing his spear, but Scroyen picking up his own. Let's see if a lot of these players can land a lot of these attacks. Scroyen trying to back off just a little bit and create some room.
Oh,
but
nice
Magma Bob with his
signatures.
aggro setup, really trying to get in, gets punished by a lot of these Scroyen signatures.
Yeah, Scroyen definitely using those spear signatures incredibly well, just predicting all of the places that Magma Bob was going to be.
Ooh, perfect down signature by Magma Bob to predict that side signature from the spear as well.
Here we go, Scroyen playing around the edge once again. He uses the bomb to detonate the mine. Might make it just a little bit easier to get back up. Magma Bob searching for a signature of his own. And
I always love to see when people get hit by both of those at the same time. It's very fun to watch.
Double the damage.
Just fly off into the distance.
Double the fun. Oh, nice punish.
And a good side signature.
Scroyen has been making excellent use of that side signature all day today. Magma Bob really trying to push him off the edge. Let's see if he's
really applying the pressure to Scroyen.
You know, he knows just how much Scroyen likes to play around the edge. Almost gets him with the bomb.
Wow, the patience on Scroyen to just sit on the wall and let the bomb bounce right over him. That was impressive.
Oh, Magma Bob, yep, with the item tosses, trying to play into... Oh, and gets the slide charge neutral spike! Gets the first knockout.
That first strike going to Magma Bob, just barely taking out Scroyen, but unfortunately he is in his red health.
Oh, man.
So there is not much that won't kill him at this point.
So much item tossing and passing right now. You can tell both of these guys have worked on the timing needed to pick those up mid-fight.
It's almost like they're playing a game of catch with the crocky ball.
Yeah, it could be a brawl ball match. We're not sure.
Is that the next tournament?
I mean,
next ESL tournament's a brawl ball tournament?
At some point, maybe. At some point. It's not exactly my cup of tea, but this type of 1v1 action is a little bit more where I like to hang out. This is more my speed as Magma Bob eats the side air. Scroyen getting his knockout, and it's pretty evenly matched at 2-2.
Scroyen is still in light damage, so he's in a good position to get in close if he needs to. Not very... Oh, but Magma Bob really punishing him on that edge.
Yeah, and you can see,
Scroyen trying to...
like, Magma Bob compared to Scroyen's last match against Clippership, like, Magma Bob knows where Scroyen's going to be on the edge of the wall and isn't afraid to play into it. He's like, you know, if you want to hang out down here, I'm happy to oblige.
Ooh, Magma Bomb almost denies Scroyen the ledge coverage, but he manages to get back through a dodge.
Oh man, lots of identical moves coming out of Scroyen. Finds the signature off the edge, gets an item toss, almost hits him with the recovery, but Magma Bob gets his own ground pound. Yes, there it is!
He cannot recover.
Magma Bob forcing out all of the movement options from Scroyen and gets the knockout off of the unarmed ground pound, and Scroyen's looking like he's a little bit on the back foot here.
Oh, Magma Bob eats one of the side signatures from Scroyen, almost being knocked out by that, but
all sorts of neutrals.
The neutral signature is no. Oh
gets
my gosh!
Scroyen with just the tip of that move.
The sig follow-ups. So much going on. Scroyen really trying to punish with all these signatures and air movements.
Both players
Bob really trying to play aggressive, but it
identical health right now.
phasing.
Pretty much no advantage until Magma Bob just now lands a little bit of what he needs. Scroyen making it back onto the ledge. As you can see, Magma Bob is not willing to just let Scroyen hang out on the edge of the map.
Both players are really trying to search for those heavy attacks.
Oh, nice dodge.
To build up a lot more damage on their opponent.
Scroyen's looking for his own recovery. Oh, there's the spike of Magma Bob! Out of nowhere. Magma Bob gets the KO off of the neutral spear. And
that was an incredible development with that neutral spear spike, just firing him down to the corner of the map.
Oh man, that was just amazing. People have said all sorts of things about that neutral spear signature where they're like, oh, that's not good, the hitbox is really small. But the way that Magma Bob is using it is just amazing. Picks him up and knocks him down, gets the knockout, and we are back in it. Once again, Orion mirror match, Magma Bob versus Scroyen, Metadev Skins representing. And we're back on Mammoth Fortress.
Exactly. That was Scroyen's pick for this map, with the Twilight Band coming out from Magma Bob, and they are both going to search for that weapon. A lot of unarmed combos coming out from Magma Bob, but it looks like Scroyen is going to be able to manage to pick up his weapon. He is going to try and prevent Magma Bob from picking up his own, though.
Yeah, lots of map control right now, but there we go. Magma Bob is able to make some space. Both characters at almost identical health. As
almost identical in every way if it weren't for the colors.
Well, thank goodness they're not using the same color. Because that would get awkward. The slide charge!
Oh, wow!
What was that slide charge?
The slide charge from the side of the map with that up. Oh my gosh, the air defense right there.
Such an early knockout from Magma Bob. Such an early knockout. I have no words. Scroyen's got to be feeling the pain off of that one. And once again, it's just Magma Bob saying, you want to hang out on the wall? That's fine. I got options for that.
Oh, I'm still speechless. That was incredible.
Oh,
the addition of those slide charges in by the devs was a great decision, because it has really led to some very amazing plays by some of these players.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's added an interesting level of counterplay to people who do like to hang out on the edge. Whoa, just interrupting that signature with an item toss. Magma Bob gets a nice spear lift combo,
but misses his throw on the way down.
Let's see, time for a neutral. Gets the bounce. Can he follow up? Is Scroyen gonna get a knockout here? Can Magma Bob recover?
Oh, the perfect dodge timing there, and almost spikes Scroyen down. Oh, and gets hit by the recovery as well.
Such levels of patience. Gets the slide off. Gets the
both
forward
players
heavy.
In deep red again.
More slide charges from Magma Bob. If he gets a knockout here, that's gonna put Scroyen on the back foot in a 3-stock situation.
Magma Bob really putting Skroyan on the ropes. You can tell he's having trouble getting anywhere, but wow! An uppercut out of nowhere when he had the position on him and he just baited him out. Magma Bob just wasn't ready for that uppercut.
And
the immediate response.
Such a good bomb toss. Really risky, close-level bomb throws like that. I always love seeing those. And Magma Bob is in a great position right now. Skroyan's going to have to fight the game of his life to come back from this, as Magma Bob has just shown that he is not going to let Skroyan run his game plan.
The pressure from Magma Bob really getting on Skroyan, because Skroyan, with that defensive playstyle, is really used to having that space to work with, to read and to react. But Magma Bob just really getting into his face doesn't give him a lot of time to do any of that at all.
Oh man, Skroyan, however, is able to get some damage around the edge. Magma Bob with some good weapon tosses, definitely making use of that. Like we said, you know, when we say like Magma Bob plays scrappy, that's kind of what we're talking about. We see a lot of item tosses, some good bomb setups, and we've seen that today. Let's see if Skroyan can find a knockout here. If he does, he can close this down and make it a 1-to-1.
Just missing the proximity mine throw as well, which would have put Skroyan in a bad position. Skroyan's going to want to try to keep that yellow health if he wants killing Magma Bob right now in order to give him the best chance possible.
But Magma Bob getting some good damage right now, going for the juggle finish, just misses it as Skroyan moves out of the way. Oh, gets the down sig as well. Oh, Magma Bob going for a slide charge, gets uppercutted for his troubles. Somebody needs a knockout here.
That uppercut is not quite going to do it. Oh, is that it? It is not. Magma Bob really looking for that juggle finish. Both playing on the wall, playing very carefully. Magma Bob trying to get in his face, give him no options to do anything.
How is Magma Bob still alive from that hit?
How are either of them still alive?
Oh, there's the heavy. Skroyan closes it. It's 1-to-1 now. Remember, if Magma Bob takes this, that's going to be it. Skroyan's going to be going down to the third place match against Potts, and...
it looks like Magma Bob knows Skroyan is right on the edge, and that ground pound is going to finish it off. Magma Bob taking a 2-0 against Skroyan in the semifinal. That is going to be a Magma Bob versus Foda in the finals in just a moment, but before that, maybe we should determine who takes third place.
Oh man, such an impressive round between Magma Bob and Skroyan. Just such high level of Orion play. So good to see him on that. And, you know, now we are going to be checking out the third place matchups between Skroyan and Sir Pots and Pans. Whoever takes this is going to be third place. And then we're going to be finishing it out with Magma Bob versus Foda. But man, those were some great matches.
Man, that was phenomenal play by Magma Bob to really exploit Skroyan's defensive play style, to get right in his face, take all of his options away, and really force him into the corner. If this was a boxing match, he would be in the corner, in the rings, in the ropes right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, guys. You know, I've been seeing a lot of questions lately on the Brawlhalla subreddit and on the forums about, like, who should I main? Is it okay to play Hattori right now? And, you know, the thing about it is that when you pick a main character and you play it through a rough patch where they've gotten nerfed, or, you know, the meta has shifted and your character isn't that good, you come out of the other side of that once that character gets rebalanced again looking like Magma Bob, where he just plays like nuts because he knows that character so well and is taking advantage of every new improvement that character has received instead of, you know, jumping ship for any other member of the cast. So, I mean, just incredible play. But right now we are on to the third place matchup. I believe this is going to be a best of 3 between Pots and Pans and Skroyan.
I think it will be. The finals will be the best of 5 series between Foda and Magma Bob, which is what we expect to be a Queen Nye versus Orion matchup, but we will see.
All right, but here we go. Right now, Pots and Pans on Cassidy, Skroyan on Orion. We are starting off early and aggressive. Both players searching for some unarmed as the first weapon falls and Skroyan picks up a lance, ready to get to town.
But now Pots is going to be trying to look for that weapon, trying to get in. And he is going to pick up a hammer just in the midst of all that damage. Oh, but misses the re-pickup, but does manage to pick up that.
Immediate into a neutral signature that does hit onto Skroyan. Pots and Pans really trying to take advantage of all his different dodge options, but gets hit by the ground pound. Oh, he just barely makes it alive. Goes for the reversal, but misses
finished off
it.
by Cassidy's ground pound as well. That was a lot of ground pound action.
Yep, playing on the wall over here on the side. Definitely risky business for both players. Maybe a bit more so for Cassidy as Pots and Pans lands a neutral sig and another side sig, sending Skroyan off the map. It's 3-2.
Skroyan coming back. There's no weapon spawns on the map, so he's going to have to make do with whatever gadgets he has. There's a Crocky ball. Oh, but the first weapon spawn does get there, but will Potts actually let him get it? It doesn't look like it because he's having Skroyan is having a very tough time moving around. But he does manage to pick up a lance, clearing off the other weapon spawn as well.
Man, but Pots and Pans has just been putting down such great damage, just building a huge advantage. But gets hit by the signature, just barely makes it back, dive kicking away from the weapon toss. Wow, doesn't even dodge. Great movement from Pots and Pans to get back to the map.
Skroyan trying to finish Pots and Pans off with that uppercut, but he does get caught.
Oh, picked up by the recovery. Oh my.
Very fast play going on. Pots and Pans really looking to keep him off the weapons, but Skroyan takes advantage of that invincibility frames there right at his spawn to just run up and grab it. And he immediately pops him up and blasts him out of the sky with his recovery moves in a great turnaround. Well, Pots and Pans at 2 lives. O'Brien, Skroyan at 1 life. He's going to have to work a little harder to pull this back.
Man, it's 2-1 right now, but Skroyan's been putting down great damage early on in this stock. Let's see if Pots and Pans can return the favor or not. He does get some of his own there on the guns. Skroyan just trying to get it down. There's a recovery, just barely living through that. Pots and Pans getting back to the wall. Oh, puts it down on the side of the wall, trying to make Skroyan's life a little bit more difficult. Oh, super risky play as Skroyan goes underneath.
Manages to recover on the opposite side away from that.
Big mistake from Skroyan. He barely makes it back.
That was very close. If he missed one jump, that was game over.
Oh, Pots and Pans just dodging barely through that weapon toss.
All right, so now it's Skroyan's turn to guard the edge there from Pots and Pans. Will Pots and Pans be able to get through? And he does. Manages to pick up the guns, but Skroyan uses that weapon pickup as a bait in order to get Pots and Pans, and he ground pounds him straight down.
Great edge guarding pressure. Great pressure from Skroyan to force out all those movement options from Pots. But Skroyan's got a lot of work to do if he's going to live through this. He is at red health. Pots and Pans just needs to get a couple of good hits to knock out Skroyan. Let's see if he can do it.
Almost misplaced his jump there. Had to dodge over that.
Oh, this is bad.
Proximity mine. Skroyan taking so many risks going under the map multiple times.
Oh man, Skroyan getting some good unarmed damage down. Oh, but the side air at ground height. Will Pots and Pans be able to find this? He gets the hit off of the wall. Still not enough to knock out Skroyan. He dodges through the weapon toss. Neatly avoids it. He's back on solid ground. Looks for the spike. It's not enough to finish. The uppercut whiffs. The uppercut whiffs again.
A lot of...
So many whiffs, so hard to kill people with those grounded moves, but doesn't matter. Pots and Pans finds the knockout off of the side signature setup. Pots and Pans takes the first match.
That was some insane alliteration you had there with all those S's.
Well, I do what I can when I don't notice it. Wow, we're back at it immediately.
They are back at... Wow.
Not even room to breathe.
I want to say I caught that they were playing Mammoth again. Yep, here we go. Same characters, same map.
Oh my goodness.
3rd match in a row. Who will take this round? It was up in the air. It has been dead even through this whole thing. Pots and Pans with the guns really trying to get some light damage in. Just push Skroyan around just a little bit, but Skroyan is going to find a spear to use against Pots and Pans. But Pots with the guns, we know he's super comfortable with those, and he is just able to space himself out properly from the spear weapon.
Yeah, Pots and Pans, the master of aggression on guns, the style of play that he's definitely patented as he puts down Skroyan into the red off the wall. All he needs now is a good signature, but Skroyan is giving him no quarter as he pushes him off the edge himself with his own. Anything could happen at this point. Whoever takes this first stock is going to enjoy their life advantage, and Pots finds the signature, making it 3-2 with Pots once again in the lead.
All right, well, here we go. Scroyan respawning, going to immediately pick up some bombs, going to try to get some explosive damage off on Pots, but he's going to miss with both of those, unfortunately, and no other weapons on the map, but he is...
The late hit! The late hit!
Just spiking him into the ground with that move. Oh, and Pots really takes advantage of those invincibility frames to pick up the weapon and just punish Scroyan from missing that neutral attack with the spear.
Oh man,
oh,
it's looking pretty close right now, but Scroyan certainly developing a lead for himself again. This is not looking as lopsided as the first match. He goes with a spike and Potts jumps into it! Big mistake!
Wow, a huge reversal!
Probably looking to dodge through it and just didn't come out in time, and now Scroyan is up 2-1.
All right, now Scroyan's got a long way to go with this damage buildup, but if he can get just a little bit more off, they're going to put each other at even damage percentages and turn this into something big. But
there's some
Pots
patented
really,
moves from Pots and Pants right there with those neutrals into signatures.
Oh, we just missed lots of misses right now, looking for their entry point into some combos or some heavy hits. And Pots manages to land a neutral signature and goes for the slide charge, but misses. Scroyan responds with a very quick recovery move, and now they reset back onto the platform.
Whoa, gets hit by the side signature, but it's not enough to close it. Pots really needs to find a knockout right here.
Just Scroyan just barely recovering through that under the map jumping debacle. Just trying to escape from something. One hit from Pots will probably knock Orion out of this, but
what was that?
There it goes.
Off the
one high kick from the unarmed.
Man,
that new kick is very strong now. It doesn't go as fast as it used to, so it doesn't go as far as it used to, so you don't get stuck in the same amount of frames. And the force from it was increased, I believe, so it's a very good kick, good move for just quickly trying to punish a move if you don't have a weapon.
Oh, Orion going for the spike again, but Pots, gets hit. Will he be able to recover from this? Just barely
manages to get back.
Goes for the signature, but gets punished. Scroyan with the bomb set up, making life difficult for Pots and Pants once again. Goes for the unarmed ground pound, isn't able to find as he gets side aired away. People are back to neutral. One more hit from Orion could end this for Pots, and we'll be going on to a game 3 unless Pots and Pants can close it out right here.
Oh, just the quick dodge, Pots almost catches Scroyan with the side signature. A very quick, but doesn't quite reach far enough. They're both looking for those really heavy hits. Pots really needs something for it right now, and he almost lands the slide charge.
Misses the uppercut, dodges into the neutral sig.
And that is going to be Scroyan taking the second game in the series.
All right, so we're going to go on to a game number 3 between Pots and Pans and Scroyan.
All right, and Pots and Pans is going to pick Twilight's Grove for the third map, so something a little different this time. We're going to see if these angles really play into Pots' advantage, or if Scroyan is going to be able to, again, make good use of that side ledge with some lance combos.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
All right, so here we go. We're back in it. Pots and Pans landing the first couple of unarmed hits. Both players managing to find some weapons, but we're going to see. I mean, it seems like Scroyan was definitely changing up his playstyle a bit that last match. Playing a little less cautiously and just being aggressive, and it might have caught Pots off guard.
He wasn't. I could bet he wasn't expecting it. Oh, some very, very risky gameplay with some of those jumps, getting down very, very low. At any point, either one of them could have been. Could have gotten unlucky and just taken a hit and knocked him to the bottom.
Oh, Scroyan with the double recoveries, just preventing Pots from getting back. Scroyan takes the early lead at 3-2. Pots now searching for his own knockout, looking for another uppercut. Gets hit by a ground pound, however.
You know, Scroyan is damaged enough that any move with a strong force rating is going to take him out. So even without a weapon, all those unarmed uppercuts and punches are just could be enough to take him out.
And Scroyan really doing a great job of covering space right now. Pots whipping the uppercut again off the slide kick. It's just not enough. You know, it's almost harder to kill somebody now when they're in red health on this current version of the game. And it's something that we've seen multiple times today, but it doesn't matter. He gets the knockout with the uppercut. Pots and Pans
finally
making
lands
it up.
it.
And it's 2-2.
All right, Scroyen looking for a weapon, grabs the horn, and picks up a lance on the side of the map. Really just trying to play safe. Really trying to get back to his roots with some of this play. Trying to slow down and read Potts' movement just a little bit, it seems. A lot of attacks coming in. Scroyen building up a lot of damage onto Potts right now, putting him in deep orange red.
He's doing a fantastic job right now with the lance, just being everywhere that he needs to be, landing all those air neutrals to great effect, and hits the combo, gets the
Perfect
recovery.
combo.
Nice option select from Scroyen there. Oh, Potts picks up the bomb right away, but just misses the answer.
Let's see if Potts can turn this around or if Scroyen is going to bring this game to a close. Both players in about yellow health. Scroyen with 1 life advantage on Potts. Potts looks like he's having a lot of trouble getting some hits in right now onto Scroyen. Scroyen having some impeccable area cover with that lance.
I know, he's making great use of those air neutrals, using them to great effect, just putting them everywhere he thinks Pots and Pans is going to be. And it's just amazing to see. Misses the signature, gets punished. Can Pots and Pans find a knockout here? Oh, but gets hit by the weapon, comboed with the ground pound.
That's Scroyen with the ground pound, bringing this game to a close.
Oh man,
wow.
Great moves from Scroyen, just abandoning all of that patience and caution from earlier and just playing right into it. So
what
good.
Great play from both players. And congratulations, Scroyen, on taking the 3rd place spot in this game. But now for the feature match between Foda and Magma Bob in the Brawlhalla ESL Cup Finals.
All right, so in these finals, we are going to have Foda versus Magma Bob. It's going to be taking place right now. This is going to be a best of 5.
All right, I hope you guys are hyped in the chat. Who do you want to win? Who do you want to see win here? We have Foda representing Lemons and Magma Bob representing the brand new JV4 team. Who do you want to win? Type it out in the chat. Let's see your hype going.
This is going to be pretty intense. I'm really excited to see how this matchup is going to go down. Magma Bob versus Foda. Magma Bob showing us today that he does not care who he's playing against. He's going to do whatever it takes to make the win happen. And it is going to be incredible to see him match up against Foda. Definitely a fan favorite, with Foda being one of the more recent powerhouses in the scene. And I'm just really psyched for this matchup.
It is going to be an intense matchup. We're going to see a lot of aggressive play, I believe, between Foda and Magma Bob. They both tend to lean in towards those aggressive play styles, especially Foda with those guitars. But Magma Bob has some great signatures as of this patch, so we're going to see if those can turn the tides.
3, 2,
All right, so here we go. We are starting off just as expected. Magma Bob on Orion, Foda on Queen Nai. We are here at Thunderguard Stadium. Definitely a map that Foda is very proficient and comfortable on. We're going to see if map select makes much of a difference for Magma Bob as we get into it.
If Foda tries to utilize that shenanigan area like he just did with those Katars, then it's going to be one hell of a match because Magma Bob is going to have a lot of trouble dealing with him down there.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting to see if Magma Bob and those newly shined signatures on Orion are going to be able to make up the difference against Foda's just incredible knowledge of the character, but the spike puts him through the middle. Foda can't recover. Magma Bob gets the first knockout off of a neutral through the center platform, showing us that Magma Bob can take advantage of this map as well.
Going right into the unarmed combos, putting Foda immediately into the
Man, the
yellow
pressure
damage.
from Magma Bob right now off of that edge was just fantastic. Foda already in orange. Is it possible that we're going to see...
slowing down just a little bit. They're looking for those openings. Foda really trying to figure out how to get in onto Magma Bob right now. Oh, he just misses his punish opportunity, but does manage to land the side signature from Queen Nai.
And both players doing a lot of work in the shenanigan area. But Magma Bob just starting off really strong. Already has Foda down to the red, putting down some good damage just like you need it when you're playing against an 8 armor character. Oh, I could see him thinking about going for that bomb pickup.
It was probably a good idea that he decided to switch it at the last second because otherwise it would have just blown him out of the sky.
There's the knockout from Foda though, off of the side air. Oh, Magma Bob with the immediate uppercut. It's just something you don't expect.
That response was impeccable. He knew. I know a lot of players think of this as well, that there's invincibility frames. As soon as you come back, if your opponent is positioned just slightly in the wrong way, you can abuse that because you have that time to just expose their weakness and smack them off the map if they're damaged enough.
Oh man, it was just too good. Too good. And you know, Magma Bob, that's something that most players won't think of when they're playing a very weapon-reliant character, but you know, Magma Bob definitely picking up a new bag of tricks during his time on Orion when he was at the bottom of the tier. But here we go. Magma Bob pushing Foda down to orange, going again for a slide charge, but Foda being very patient.
He's really trying to look for that opening that Magma Bob, but he's just not showing it. But oh, he does manage to land a side air, but
double recovery
Magma Bob
from
with
Magma
the double
Bob.
recovery almost knocks him out.
Oh, neutral into recovery. Haven't seen that one before. Nice moves. Foda picks up the bomb, almost clips Magma Bob, but moves right into it off of the bounce.
Oh, the accidental suicide. You just hate to see that happen.
Oh
man. So Magma Bob takes this first of 5, and Foda will be picking this next map after Magma Bob strikes one from the next round. So Magma Bob is going to be banning King's Pass. Let's see what Foda picks.
Oh man, just a crazy intense match with some unexpected moves from both players, and like this is what it looks like when both people are throwing down, doing their absolute best to come out on top. And Magma Bob winning that first match, you know, Foda's got a lot of tournament experience. He's been a competitive player for a very long time, so I wouldn't say that, you know, he's put off guard by this, but getting that first match, it's a good advantage to have.
Oh yeah, I don't think either of these players are out right now, and I think Foda is just really feeling the waters probably with Magma Bob, just getting used to his style, because right now we see him going really aggressive, putting a huge amount of damage onto Magma Bob's Orion, and just really chasing him down, being super aggressive.
I know, definitely taking advantage of that Qatar versus unarmed matchup. You know, when Foda gets an early weapon like that, he can really press his advantage and get that first stock like nobody's business.
Yeah, but we see here, definitely, it's almost as if the first match was just a feeler for Foda to just get used to Magma Bobs, because now we see all the reads coming out.
Yeah, Foda is definitely good at reading, and there we go, he gets the down punish. The down signature from Nye. As we're talking about library books and things, Foda comes through and gets the first knockout.
That's exactly what I started thinking of when you said that. Anyway.
Yeah, that's how it goes. So this is the grand finals, guys. We've got Magma Bob versus Foda.
Not the grand finals for reading books, but the grand
finals
for Brawlhalla.
For reading your opponent like a library book. Nice neutral stick from Foda there, punishing the forward movement.
Magma Bob really getting in there with those side airs and doing a suicide bomb is low damage.
Not enough to knock him out.
Damage.
Gets another uppercut. But still, you know, Nye with that 8 armor, you really have to do a lot of work to be able to get rid of this legend. And
or you just have to build up the damage to the point where even some kind of stun attack like a neutral
gets punished for the neutral.
Unarmed would kill.
Oh, even the down signature from Foda right now, and the side air punishing the weapon toss.
Beautiful edge guarding by Foda right there with the spear.
It's just too good.
Not giving Magma Bob anywhere to really recover at all.
You know, and it could be that Foda just needed that first match to kind of feel out Magma Bob's playstyle, and you know, maybe Magma Bob got downloaded. Who's to say?
All right, here we go. Magma Bob really having trouble landing very many hits onto Foda, but that is going to take him out. Magma Bob landing a down signature with the lance. Those laser beams, just with their improved force and faster time to hit, it is a brutal punish move.
Oh man, but we've got Foda on guitars again. Foda doesn't care if he gets hit. He's gonna hit you right back. Oh, great movement from Foda, searching for the knockout. Just barely missing both.
Oh, Magma Bob, knowing he won't be able to properly get that weapon pickup, just goes straight into a slide kick. Oh, very close proximity mine. Trying to catch Foda there while he was picking his weapon up, but just couldn't manage it.
Let's see, Magma Bob went for the uppercut again, but Foda caught him up with the weapon trap. There's the uppercut from Magma Bob, punishing the signature from Foda that misses.
Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to push Foda into his last stock in this match.
Oh, finally gets the recovery, but it's still not enough to knock out Queen Nai. This legend just doesn't want to die. Picks the wrong signature to punish that. Foda's still alive.
Very close match right now.
Can anything kill him? Not the Valkyrie. Oh, there's the signature.
He gets that side spear, the booster right there, just giving him the force to shove Queen Nai and her 8 defense right off the map. Here we go, with an uppercut from Foda is going to finish Magma Bob off and put this into the 3rd round. This is an even 1-1 right now in this ESL final.
Lots of
Magma Bob
uppercuts. lots of uppercuts this time around. This is just man, 2 players going straight at it. Foda, when he was on guitars in that last match, it was just like the pressure never let up. It just would not stop.
He picked up the guitars at the very beginning and just decided to go balls deep right into Magma Bob and just say, I'm going to take you down. I'm going to deal so much damage to you and stun you for so long that you can't recover.
All right.
And that's what happened.
So here we go, guys. Back at it. Thunderguard Stadium once again. Foda versus Magma Bob. Queen Nai versus Orion. The score is 1-1 in this best of 5 to see who the winner of the Brawlhalla Community Cup number 3 is going to be. And we are back at it.
All right, here we go. Very even match this time. Both players kind of feeling each other out. No immediate combo chains coming out this time from either player.
Oh, goes for the spike. Gets knocked out of it by the guitar neutral from Foda. You can see it.
Very close cancel with that neutral air.
Foda is constantly on the move. There is no gaps. He is always aggressive when he's on these guitars right now. And it's just got to be a really uncomfortable place to be. Gets the punish in mid-air for the slide charge. Magma Bob sent to his doom for his troubles. Foda once again taking the early lead in game 3.
All right, it looks like Magma Bob looking for a strong hit. He knows that the Lance's moves can get a lot of damage onto Foda with Queen Nai. He's just looking for these openings and points to get some damage off so he has an easier time to finish him off. But Foda's not making it easy for him.
And yeah, this is something where it's so hard to lock down someone on guitars with a move that's gonna kill, but there's one. Once again, the forward signature from Orion. Just catching Foda off guard at the edge of the spacing. Oh, dodges into the neutral sig. That's gotta feel
almost takes
painful.
him out, but it is not gonna do it. Magma Bob is gonna live the fight at least for another few minutes.
And you know, this is the stock that matters most for Magma Bob. He's really gotta do some work if he's gonna close down the deficit. Just barely knocks him out of the signature move. Magma Bob needs to put down some damage, but he walks into the signature.
The side signature just catching him underneath that corner there.
Such good space coverage from Foda as he gets the side air, trying to push Magma Bob off. Not sure if Magma Bob can escape from this, and he does not. Slams into the wall.
He was so deep in the red that he just flew off.
Man, Foda.
I almost thought I saw rocket boosters behind him.
Foda is playing fiery, man.
He is something to be reckoned with right now, I'm telling you.
Magma Bob still doing incredibly well. He's keeping this very close. If he can get a knockout here, this match is not over. Oh my goodness, but Foda now with the pseudo combos, unable to escape. Magma Bob trying to find an answer. Gets a good combination off the Valkyrie horn, but is it going to be enough? Foda using the spike ball. Great damage put down on Magma Bob. Queen Nai just does not want to die. She's searching for her own knockout against Magma Bob. Magma Bob with the recovery. Nai is still alive. Will nothing kill Foda?
It is not enough though to finish him off. That 8 defense just really pulling through for Foda in that one instance with the.
Oh, and there is the knockout.
Oh, there we go.
Magma Bob finally gets to recover. That's gonna send Nai to her doom after she survives like 4 hits.
And then Magma Bob proceeds to send a spear after as a present in the afterlife.
Oh my goodness. All right, Foda on guitars again. We're going to see some marked aggression from him. Will Magma Bob be able to find the answer?
Well, we'll have to find out because Foda's very high force stat in this is going to prove to be a very, very troublesome deal for Magma Bob since he is already in the deep red.
Nice punish from
Very
Magma Bob
many
with
hits.
the signature there. Let's see if he's
Very many
able
hits
to
will
find
already
it.
kill
He's in a
him.
bad position right now. You do not want to be on the wall against Foda. All right.
All right, very, very close footsies, just waiting each other out, seeing who makes the first move, who makes the first dodge.
Oh, two
and that is going to
recoveries
be
onto Nye.
Magma Bob almost taking down Foda, almost hitting with the follow-up throw as well, but Foda is going to retreat down into that shenanigan area. Can Magma Bob manage to get him here? He is very low. They're both on 1 health, red health even, 1 life left. Foda waiting for something to come out of this, just trying not to take any damage, but oh, it just misses the throw with the lance.
Oh no, this is not what Magma Bob
and now
wanted
the
to have
tides have
happen.
turned.
The tides have definitely turned. Now it's Magma Bob on the fence, trying to figure out how he's going to get back up against this Queen Nye.
Oh, but he can't manage to do it. Foda, with the side air, smacks him down to the corner, and that is going to be it for Magma Bob in this round. That is 2 wins with Foda and 1 win on Magma Bob. Magma Bob is going to need to win out 2 more games in order to bring this back. Otherwise, that is going to be it for Foda, and he is going to take it down in this next game. We're going to go down to game 4.
Absolutely brutal. I mean, both players just being so patient, and the turnaround from Foda at the very end to be able to essentially reverse the entire position was crazy.
That was insane. He went from having no weapon at all, being stuck on the side of the map, to in just a split second hitting Magma Bob's weapon away, picking up his own, and just finishing him off with the guitars.
It's just too good. Too good.
If you blinked, you missed it, and I am sorry. If you were looking down at your popcorn as well, probably.
And,
but
you know, I mean, I feel like Magma Bob just needs to learn to respect Foda's guitars a little bit more, especially when he's unarmed. You know, Foda racked up all of that early damage against Magma Bob in Game 2, and, you know, it still seems like Magma Bob's just not willing to give the space that he needs to Foda's guitars when he doesn't have a weapon at hand. And so we're going to see if he's able to make any adjustments and come back, because if Foda wins this next round, that's going to be it for the grand finals.
well, Magma Bob is definitely making at least one change, and that is to his color. If that's any psychological difference for Magma Bob, this may be the deciding factor, is this purple color.
I mean, purple is a very solid pick these days.
It's very calming and should allow him to think a little bit more clearly
And
if we're speaking in hypothetical philosophical terms,
all Foda
which
getting...
probably don't matter.
Foda doesn't really seem to care. He's getting down a lot of good damage with the spear signatures from Nye. Definitely a big fan of that instant side air attack with the spear. We see that a lot from Foda. And
Look at this, lots of aggressive play coming out of both players. Both with the spear getting very close, and now Magma Bob is going to pick up this lance and try to get very close. Try to push off, get some big damage onto Foda, but it's not going to work. He's going to get his weapon thrown away, and Foda is going to push Magma Bob into an edge guard situation, but he's going to get him out of it.
oh man, this is something where it's, you know, like I said, like the respect that you need for Foda's guitars, there is no safety, there is no safe zone. You have to know exactly how to punish his routes, and it is incredibly difficult to do. Magma Bob searching for a neutral signature but not able to find one. Gets a recovery, however.
Oh, just misses his second recovery, which would have possibly defeated and taken that first stock.
Man, the slide
not gonna
charges,
work.
Foda is ready for them. Hasn't been hit by a single slide charge despite Magma Bob continuing to try to land them.
Traveling right over, is that going to do it? It is not going to finish him off. That 8 defense
Oh,
again
and the
pulling
pick
through.
from Nye off the neutral, just totally reversing the situation. And now Magma Bob is down a stock, and Foda gets the guitar loops on the unarmed. Gets knocked out of it quickly.
Magma Bob trying to set up for this edge guard situation so that he can hopefully try to punish Foda trying to recover back onto the stage, but he's not going to be able to get his moves off. Foda being able to pick up a second weapon and start to clear the rest of the weapons off the stage. This is going to be a...
There's the
but
uppercut.
He turns it around with an uppercut.
And
Knocking him straight through the ceiling.
reminiscent of game number 1 from Magma Bob. Let's see if he's able to get an advantage off of this now that it's 2-2. He's already low on life, but Foda's without a weapon, which is where you want him to be. Let's see, Foda's being patient on the wall.
Oh!
Does get
Opts
through.
for trying to get that proximity mine instead of holding onto his weapon.
But here we go. Foda's picked up some guitars. Let the games begin.
Oh, here we go. Some side attacks coming out. Foda really chasing him down. Is he going to recover? No, he is not going to be able to recover from that. Foda is going to be able to take a second stock off of Orion.
And
Now we have a very close situation. 2 stocks on Foda, 1 stock on Magma Bob.
Remember, guys, if Foda takes it right here, that's going to be it. He will be the winner of this Community Cup.
Let's see some hype in the chat. This could be it.
Magma Bob needs to play like he has always played before if he's going to win this. But Foda
Here he comes. We see a lot of signatures, a lot of fast movement coming out of both characters. Foda throwing as many weapons as possible as he can, and Magma Bob trying to build up any amount of damage at all.
Magma Bob gets the ground pound with unarmed, being really respectful. Gets the spike ball hit. It's not enough. Foda immediately rushes to the top. This is not a good position for Magma Bob as he's getting bounced around the center of the shenanigan area.
That is exactly where Foda would want him with those guitars, but it looks like Magma Bob is going to be able to get out, but unfortunately now he's in red health. Any attack could kill him at this point.
Oh, Magma Bob go for the spike, but gets punished. Foda finishes it out once again with the side air. Magma Bob punished for the slide heavy.
An incredible series between the two. 4-1 or 3-1. Foda takes the tournament, and that is going to be it for today.
Oh my goodness, guys.
Oh my gosh, those were some amazing games today.
That was some intense matches all throughout today. Amazing play from both players. And you know what the best part is that I didn't see a single Lucian since quarterfinals.
Yeah,
what is that all
about? The
about?
last Lucian I think I saw was Tybo in the quarters. So yeah, I think the favorites for these matches were Nye, Orion, and Cassidy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just goes to show, guys, right now, and this has been the common sentiment between a lot of top players, is that right now this patch is pretty well balanced, and if you're a good player, you can do incredibly well with a wide variety of the legends that are available. But with all of that being said, man, congratulations to Foda for taking the tournament. Congratulations to Magma Bob for 2nd place. Congratulations to Scroyan for 3rd place, Pots and Pans for 4th, and thank you to everyone who came out and competed, to everyone who came out and watched. Thanks to Blue Mammoth Games for making a fantastic game, and thanks to you got Froned, for co-casting today.
You're very welcome, and I'll be around to do this, well, whenever another tournament starts coming around.
Fantastic. All right, guys, I'm going to end this out by reading out the viewer list, and then we are going to sign off for the evening.
Before you do that, though, I got to ask you, what was your MVP play of the game? Because, personally, in my opinion, the Flesh Vortex insane reversal combo against Foda on Blackguard Keep was probably my decision of the most insane play that I saw all day.
The Flesh Vortex wind-up, I mean, the stuff that you can do on Blackguard Keep with swords like that was just incredible. But honestly, like, some of my favorite moments were coming from the Magma Bob versus Scroyan matches. I think that those were just incredibly hype, and some of those slide charges from Magma Bob were just so awesome, and I can't wait to go back and watch those again.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see this stuff happen in the next tournaments coming up. I know we have a 2v2 tournament coming up and some random tournaments here and there.
Yeah, guys.
Popping up from some smaller.
There are actually the next 2 big tournaments that are happening. If you guys are interested in staying up to date with all the Brawlhalla action, next week there's going to be a 2v2 tournament that is going to be completely awesome. For those of you who are interested, make sure that you check that out. It's going to be happening, I believe, next week, Sunday. And also has something like a $300 prize pool that's going to be hosted by a couple of other awesome members in the community, and it's just going to be absolutely fantastic. It's the first giant 2v2 tournament that's been held, and I know a ton of people have signed up for this, so make sure you come out to the 2v2 tournament. The week after that, in the first week of August, Tier Monster, who is well known for hosting a large number of Smite tournaments, is going to be hosting a Brawlhalla 1v1 tournament on their channel that they have invited me to cast. which means that we should hopefully be able to get Brawlhalla 1v1 action out to loads and loads of people who have never seen the game before. So if you guys have not yet, make sure that you go and sign up for the 1v1 Tier Monster Tournament. It's going to be incredibly hype. You can track down the information for that on the Brawlhalla subreddit at reddit.com/r/Brawlhalla. And things are going to be epic when those two tournaments go down.
All right, but I guess it's time to say thank you to everyone in the chat.
All right.
For coming out and just sticking around for all 8 matches.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed the casting today.
Yeah, everybody. I hope you had the best time ever. Let's do a quick rundown of who is in chat, and then we'll sign off. So thanks to everybody for coming out. Thank you to Magma Bob, Maximus Maxi, Alucard the Creator, Arcane Zoro, It's Kelly, Berserk Exo, Bodge D13, Bracker 11, CatDog TV, C. Colol, Clippership, TJ Knight, Designated Asian, Dynahedron, Dobreen, Down Troll, El Doco Loco, Ependiri, Euler Hope, Punk, Easy Elite, Fletch Vortex, Photocon, Fusion Frenzy, Galta, Game Shormel, Gerard Joling, Harold 03, Kasana Yoshiko, Cola Crocky, Kreutzberg, Lenstar 13, Lord Crames, Lycey 6, Master Dude Slam 1824, Milo 2391, Meow 123, Molasses, Mr. Manser, Muscle Damp, Nicoman 1992, OG Taj, Pab98B, Picklesar, Pious Good, Pog Slammer, Ristakasic, Asputis, Siba Uprising, Shadowlord, Serpatsapan, Scroyan 26, Static Shot, Teleran 22, The Nexus Twitch, 1100, Stardust, TWK Smash, Tyveris, thank you BMG, You Got Frown, thanks for the co-casting, Xena Trago, Yaneka 1, Uthaw, Zack Attack 3000, Zackstar 24, Zardblade, Z Zombies, Holy Pale, Zim 777, and some other guy who I can't read because my window's not cooperating. But thanks everybody for coming out today. I had, Zardblade. That might be it. I don't know. Thanks everybody for coming out today. It was absolutely awesome. Frone, thanks again so much, man, for casting with me. This was just absolutely awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, and you know we're going to be doing this again in the future. Bringing the hype, and everyone seems to love it, so lots of tournaments coming up. We'll have to plan for some of this again.
Oh, Zomboy Nader, that's who I lost. But yeah, guys, thank you everybody for coming out. Make sure you come out next week for the 2v2 tournament, and keep on brawling.